Hey there, Sagittarius! Welcome back to my channel. If you enjoy my readings, please be sure to like and subscribe, as well as leave me a comment and let me know if this reading resonates with you. Alright, so this week I have a whole slew of goodies. With the Grimm cards, that last couple readings were just a little bit rough, just a little bit dark, okay? And so at the beginning of the month, I like to really bring people back up and do my narcissistic readings towards the end of the month. And I went to see a friend in not northern Mississippi, but north of here, north of the coast, Hattiesburg. And so I got a couple new card decks. So the first one I got was this Angel Tarot, and basically I just, I've got this Angel Tarot deck, and I absolutely love it, by Teresa Kogert, but it doesn't have a lot of information about the angels. So this one is a lot more, I don't want to say legit, but based on actual angels. It's not just random quotes or stuff like that. We're going to do a little reading with the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and we're also going to go over the card for your sign out of this other brand new deck I just got, which these were really good price. I got them at Books A Million, and the Arcana of Astrology. So astrology and tarot are hand in hand. And as a matter of fact, almost all religion and even witchcraft and all of it is, it's all part of this. So, the more open-minded you are as a human, the more you will learn. And if you're afraid, or if you're being controlled by religious, then you may not be able to see the truth. All right, the truth is just out of reach. Okay, and so I'm gonna go ahead, and first we're gonna read the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Oh, I love these cards. They look like, okay, so they're based on archetypes, and these archetypes are based on symbolism through Carl Jung, but Jung if you're looking it up, Jung. All right, and these archetypes have a lot to do with, things that you have experienced in your lifetime. And let's go ahead and do a quick, let's get this reading started, okay? So I'm trying to use these headphones because it is sweltering hot in Mississippi, and I literally just cannot get all of them done in one day without turning off the air conditioner for an extended period of time. And it is too hot in Mississippi to do said readings within the heat. It is just not cool anymore here. There's not cool in the night. This is not cool. It's just hot. It's just always hot now. So, oh, one jumped out. What we got? The spiral, and the Andean cross, which this is very much like the symbol for New Mexico. I really love this because that's the state I was born in, is the Zia sun symbol for the New Mexico flag. Looks very much like this, and I absolutely love this card. All right, it has to do with the directions. It has to do with, I'm very, very pro how do the directions affect us. If you see the ancient structures, they're built with the doors and, the windows and everything facing the sunset and the sunrise and different things like that. So that is very important to me. I also follow feng shui to make sure that I too obey the karmic energy laws so that I have good energy flow throughout my house. And okay, right now that's a total lie. I did not have any energy flow because, well, We'll just have to talk about that in a different video about feng shui. I might have to do a video on feng shui. Y'all give me some extra likes and comments if you want to see a video about feng shui. I absolutely, the hoarder in me depends that I do it. Okay. Taming the Wind. All right, we're going to put that one upside down because it come out upside down. All right, and let's go ahead and read a couple of these cards and see what they have to say. So for your first card, this is about your current and present situation, the spiral. Hopefully you're not spiraling out of control. Is someone that you love spiraling? Are you aware of it? Are you unable to help them? All right, and this one is number 50, and on the page, it's card number 50. So I always like to tell the numbers just in case it has some kind of significance for you, the reader. Okay, Sagittarius. From galaxies in the sky to diminutive shells at the beach, the spiral is found extensively in nature, in the natural world. Its shape is in the form of a coiled serpent and has been used, and it's been used since ancient times as a tool for growth and transformation. All right, and this really resonates with me because I'm a bit of a truther, and I feel like you know, the spiral has to do with, you know, I can just see the don't tread on me sign. Okay, I love that. The spiral is a guide for entering deep into one's consciousness and the unknown, and then extending far out into the heavens. It is crucial to surrender to the journey until the exhausted paradigm dissolves in the depths of the psyche, and its energy is released to give birth to a new reality. So if you want to make serious changes, you have to let go of your old reality in order to bring in the new reality. All right, and then we've got the Andean Cross. So I love this card. I mean, really, really love it. Whenever my mom had passed, I really was like just so lost. I just felt so just completely like lost. I didn't know what to do. So I did a lot of symbolism artwork, and of course I did this, but whenever I found out what it meant, the north, south, east, and west, and it's directional, and I thought, oh my gosh, I really want to do some nautical stars. So I did do a lot of nautical stars, and it's all about direction. And don't lose your direction just because you've lost something that, your anchor. Just because you've lost your anchor in your life doesn't mean that you have to lose direction. All right, so here we go. The Andean Cross represents the cosmology of the shaman. It depicts 4 cardinal directions, the upper and the lower worlds, and the steps to reach those realms. The hole in the center is the gateway to the interdimensional travel, the proverbial eye of the needle. We can all go through to experience the higher states of awareness and wisdom and break free from linear time. The invitation. The Andean Cross announces the start to a great journey. It's time to raise your gaze from the mundane, day-to-day, to that which, until now, has seemed beyond your grasp. Allow new wisdom to guide you, and stop trying to make sense of it all before you respond with a resounding yes. All right, so let's see. basically this to me is just saying, don't lose your drive. Don't lose your passion. Don't allow heavy burdens to stop you, keep you, stuck. All right, and I know that you all know what I'm talking about right now. Okay, because most of this it's in your head, right? It's stress is in your head, and yeah, just Salvador Dali your eyebrows and get on out of here. Okay, just go have a good time. All right, the Andean cross announces the start to go on a new journey. That's what it says. All right, so I'm going to read the medicine too, just because I know that there's a lot of New Mexican people who watch my channel. So let's go ahead. The time has passed and the window of opportunity has closed. Now is not the moment to take that leap that you have been over preparing for. It is best to wait. Okay, now this is not your reading, so don't take this one personal, okay? Actually, I think right now you should move and you should do what you want to do. Because, and I don't mean like physically move, I just mean don't hold yourself back, because Mercury retrograde's coming, and right now we're in Saturn retrograde, but Mercury retrograde's coming, so we need to wrap up our projects. Anything you want to do and accomplish, signing paperwork and stuff like that, you need to do it long before Mercury retrograde gets here. Alright, so the Andean cross, here we go. It is best to wait until conditions in heaven line up again to offer you a more proportionate moment. Okay, so this is not your medicine. This is somebody else's medicine, but any bold action that you take now will require tremendous effort on your part. Just as important as knowing when to act is knowing when to return to your inner stillness and wait for a more favorable time. So you know what's important for you. I don't think that I need to tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing, but mainly just because I was just reading that so you could hear it. It's not your reading. Your reading's upright. So the Taming of the Wind. Now this one is reversed. And I really like having these cards. They're so pretty. Some of these cards are so pretty that I just want you to see them while I'm reading them. Here we go. I don't think you can quite see it, huh? Let me put one more box under there. Uh-oh. Okay, there you go. That's beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and read Taming of the Wind. And it is card number 55. Okay, we all know, especially us from the south, that you cannot tame the wind. Now, you can use the wind, but if you've ever been in a tornado or a hurricane, you know that you better not even think that you can tame the wind, because the wind will carry you away. That's what I'm talking about. So you take cover. Don't think that you're godly and meander on out chasing the hurricanes, chasing the tornadoes. Don't do that. It's testing God. All right. Okay, Taming the Wind. Reversed. So we're going to do the essence first and then the medicine, which is the reverse part. All right, so here the feather is a symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies for smudging. It reminds you of the sacred commitment that you make to this life. This is a symbol of consciously bringing the spirit into the material, infusing the world with reverence and an acknowledgement. I'm sorry, y'all. The clouds are moving outside, and it's kind of like affecting the content a little bit. Sorry about that. All right. So, bringing the spirit into the material, infusing the world with the reverence and acknowledgement of the highest planes of existence that influence and animate all life. The feather is a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with the great spirit to co-create for the highest good of all. Okay, that is very so I've been trying to make a tarot deck, and you have to do some seriously deep research in order to take these ancient, beliefs and make them something that we can understand. So for this reversed card, that was just the basic essence of the card. Now we're going to read the medicine, which you may really need to hear this. I've actually had some folks cry when I read them the medicine in real life. So, just take a deep breath. And if this really resonates, then, take it in. It's time to clean up any misunderstandings with others. Clear the air after disagreements and allow others to share their side of things so that you are called now to be a good listener. This is not a time to be right. It's a time for you to understand rather than to be understood. And this is very important, okay? And it's not a time to be right. It's time for you to understand rather than to be understood. Good things come out of this restraint of tongue and pen. You will be surprised at how things get resolved when you allow for sides to have their value, which is true. We all have, so I like to call it a bias. Okay, so when you experience things, you become biased. You see things differently because of your experiences. So that's why, if you're close to someone and you're not allowed to be in the jury because you're biased, you love them personally. They're your family. You don't ever think that they could do something like murder someone. Or, for example, you just, I feel like, though, people who haven't experienced these things are the ones that are biased because they don't know how it feels. So how can they even, understand where someone else is coming from if they've never experienced it? So just remember, though, that you don't want to make decisions based off of, for example, say you've lost a loved one. It was someone you really, really loved, and you feel like no one could ever take their place. So therefore, you don't allow anyone to ever take their place. But you deserve that other person in your life. Everyone needs a stable ground. And when you're by yourself, if you get sick, there's no one to take care of you. So if you are, whether it's your best friend or your loved one, just because you said that you would never move on doesn't mean that you can't move on spiritually. Okay, so, and it's very important to move on because you're holding yourself back from happiness when you are allowing yourself to stay stagnant. All right, so enough of that. That can be argued from both directions for days. Okay, so enough of that. Next. All right, so we're going to pull an angel card now. Also, if you do have any comment on any of this, and you'd like to further discuss it in the comments, I absolutely would love to chat about it. Zachariel. I can't really pronounce that very well. I wonder if the angels still get it whenever you call them the wrong name. Zachariel. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with this light. I don't know why it keeps going in and out like that. Alright, so let me see. So for your Archangel card is number 20. so most all of the cards that I've pulled so far have been in the 20s. Alright, only like 1 or 2 have been from the separate part of the deck. Alright, so we're going to read it real quick. Zachariel, graceful surrender. The angel of surrender. Zachariel's name means remembrance of God, and he asks us to remember that we do not have to carry our burdens alone. It's okay to ask for help when we need it. Sometimes life throws up situations or issues that we may find too difficult to cope with. I think this is what we were just talking about, right? Okay, so we struggle to find answers and solutions, but we can find none. And so it is often the case that we end up feeling helpless, like we have lost control. He tells us a problem shared is a problem halved. There is no shame in asking for help. In his card, Zachariel is portrayed as a Yazidi, Mana, member of an ancient spiritual minority group from Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, who have faced persecution and genocide like Sariel. Zachariel helps to surrender to the divine and when we have nowhere else to turn. The message from Zachariel is the material aspect of life is only temporary. Gently release any attachment to me. When you surrender, you open to receive that which is truly yours. This too shall pass. All right, so meet Zachariel. Zachariel. Colors are pale blue and pale green. So take either a pale green or pale blue candle and, sitting it somewhere comfortably, light the candle. Next, take a topaz, tanzanite, or turquoise crystal of tumbled stone and hold it in your left hand. Silently summon Archangel Zachariel to be with you. Visualize this magnificent pale blue and pale green angel now standing before you. You are so engulfed by the heavenly fire of this angel's color ray. Spend a moment soaking up the beautiful flame. Imagine that you are breathing in this sacred fire and hand over all of your burdens to Zachariel so that he may engender a solution. Okay, so there's a whole nother section here on diamond fire alchemy, candle and crystal ceremony, and it actually looks like a prayer. So, I don't have time to read all of this, y'all, but I can't wait to check it out. This is such a good one. All right, if you really do love this reading and it resonates with you and you want your own deck, please look below in the links. It's probably going to take me about 7 hours after I post it to get all these links on there. We have slow internet, okay? Just leave me alone. Okay. All right. If you want more information, just give me a comment and I will be happy to take a picture and send it to you. All right, so let's see. Knowledge is so important. I absolutely cannot stand that people don't want to know. They're afraid. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's read the Sagittarius card. All right, Sag. Okay, so I know like maybe 2 Sagittariuses in my whole life, maybe 3. I don't know if any of them actually watch my videos. I think one says that she does like she appreciates my videos. I don't know, she doesn't say she liked it. But I'm going to try and make this a little positive for you Sagittariuses this week. So we really had some rough readings there for a minute. So if you really like the narcissist readings, you know, and you really don't want to wait till the end of the month, just holler and I'll give you a reading. But for now, let's stay positive because the planets are going retrograde and we need to stay positive, positively happy, not let this stress get to us. Okay, Sagittarius, the Archer. Oh, okay. Astrology glyph looks like an arrow with a line through it. Planetary ruler, Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter is so powerful. It is like knock you on your butt powerful. Okay, it says Sagittarius, Jupiter, I understand, a mutable sign and a fire sign. So, the opposing zodiac is Gemini. So I wouldn't be dating a Gemini. If you do, it's going to be an extra, kind of like, I feel like this really brings out, like, the opposite sign of you is like the kind of relationship that people would call a twin flame. Kind of like someone who doesn't really, you don't get along with them very well, but for some reason, they like everything that you don't like. And you like, and so there, it leaves you with someone who to do the crap that you don't like doing, okay? But it's a working relationship if you can have patience and understanding. For friends or lovers, it doesn't even matter. Okay, so we got red flowers, symbols, sage, books, altars, and horses. Alright, so this is Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is the 9th sign of the zodiac. And he has a drive to understand everything around him. He has keen interest in things that are both intellectual and physical, and this makes him adaptable, and it would serve Sagittarius well to accept that he can't possibly learn everything. Though telling him this can result in an emotional outburst. Sagittarius in your natal chart is where you show great optimism, exuberance, and where you can crave to be a participant in the world. This can lead to an interest in religion or something where you are part of a group dynamic. For example, if you have Sagittarius, Mars, group fitness classes could be something that works for you. Pluto transits Sagittarius can trigger an urge to understand your own morality. In a reading, it's important that we have interest and hobbies in order to be a well-rounded person. When we are feeling intellectually and physically unfulfilled, we can become clingy, irritable, and burden those around us. Make a list of all of the things that you've always wanted to learn or participate in and narrow it down to your top 3. Then do them. On the flip side, you can be spreading yourself too thin with this multiple commitments, and Sagittarius, while you're in adaptable energy, can only keep it up for so long before burning out. All right, your keywords: optimism, exploration, knowledge, commitment, religion, search, clingy, and irritable. All right, I've never met a Sagittarius that was clingy or irritable, but, you know, I guess it happens to the best of us sometimes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull, we're going on 30 minutes. We probably, I think I'm just going to tell you a little bit about this deck I'm working on. So I've been working on a new deck, and it's based off the original Rider-Waite tarot deck, but it also has conjunction with other symbolism. Okay, so for example, right here on this card right here, if you see that each one of the signs is associated with a planet, all right, well, not only is each sign associated with a planet, each sign is also associated with an angel. So then whenever you look into this information about your angel tarot, then you can find that a lot of this information is Jewish in nature. And so I think that there's Pentecost is going on right now for the Jewish people, and some other religions choose to celebrate Pentecost and Pentecost 33 CE. So let me see. So whenever I was disfellowshipped as a Jehovah's Witness, and I couldn't read any books that weren't Jehovah's Witness books. Whenever I was, no religious books, no other religious Bibles, no other religious texts. I could only read exactly what they gave me in the watchtowers. And if I did otherwise, I would get reprimanded. So as soon as I was disfellowshipped, I started looking into Jesus's religion, because I was still a believer, and I hadn't turned atheist like most ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. So I decided to look into it, and they said the first thing that you need to do is learn all of the angels. This is a task. I want y'all to know that I did get disfellowshipped in 2001, not too terribly long after 9/11. Maybe before 9/11. It was before 9/11 I was disfellowshipped. And then what happened was I decided to look into Jesus's religion, Jewish religion. And I found that they wanted, immediately you had to learn all the angels. So I have a deck around here that has my angel cards in it. Here it is. This is the deck I made when I was trying to learn the angel cards. As you can see, I ran out of paper and I had to get more. So there are so many angels, because not only does the Bible have angels, but there are fallen angels, and there are angels from other religions, and there are angels from Judaism, and there are angels from every religion. Okay, so a lot of people think that these angels that people see are their subconscious. It's through their subconscious the angels are talking to us in our dreams and things of that nature. And some people just believe it's your inner, it's just you. It's just your inner person telling you how to live the positive light, right? Okay, so unless maybe you're finding some issues, but anywho, let's go ahead and take a look here at one of these cards. I'm going to pull one of my new cards for you, and I'm just going to show you. These are the ones that are almost done. I'm going to try to find my Hermit card because it has the most information. So the weird thing about this is you can't find all the information on all the cards. Some of them, as you can see, you can find Mercury in Gemini, or you can find that there's the angel Uriel, and then you can look up the planet that goes with the angel Uriel, and then you can figure out more about that sign. And I think this is exactly what Aleister Crowley did. And I actually really don't like Aleister Crowley. I've never liked him ever since I saw him on that Beatles record, and all that stuff went down, and all the weird stuff he says, he just tries to piss people off. I don't even think that he's as evil as he acts like he is. I think but he might be. You never know. Okay? Okay, so the whole deck, the whole tarot card, the whole tarot, sorry about that. The whole tarot everything is based on the Fool. So this is the very first card in the series. And it's basically saying that when you first start out in life, you don't know what in the heck you're doing. And for each experience, you learn more. Now, Socrates and Plato, they always said that the more that you experience, the more biased you become. And they said that that is a hindrance. I don't really agree with that. I feel like the opposite is true. I feel like the more that you learn, the more that you can help others overcome, and the more that you yourself can overcome. But if you allow yourself to become burdened down with all of this experiences, then you can become jaded. All right? So that's what the tarot deck does, is they try to teach you the lessons before you have to fall down and hit your head and learn the lesson yourself. Like for this one. He's just running along the beach. You know, it's good to go on vacations. It's good to have a good time. It's good to run along the beach and do whatever crazy thing you want to do. But, you know, if that little dog jumps on his leg, he could trip, fall, and fall off the cliff. So each time that you trip and fall, and for example, I used to go skiing with my CD player and all my CDs. And it turns out that in Red River, there's the Red River, and it runs right next to the mountain. And if you get going too fast down the mountain, here's the face, in case you've skied Red River. Here's the face, but there's all these sweet little paths that come around the side. Well, if you come a hauling butt down those back side of the mountain, like you're coming from Green Acres around, then you're going to slide right down that side, and I lost all my good CDs into the freaking Red River, okay? In case you didn't know, the Red River is called Red River because of the blood. So I'm so glad that I wasn't part of that, falling into the river and turning into the bloody river. But yes, everything that we do in life teaches us that, dang, each one of those CDs I just lost was $20. That was like $150 I just lost. And, you know, and you learn. Each experience you have, you learn. And it may make you biased. You may become biased. But, you know, that's just part of learning. And I don't think that means that this knowledge is really going to hurt you any. All right? So then you can look it up. You can look up what sign is associated with temperance. What sign is associated with temperance? And we've got water signs. All right? And then what planet is associated with water signs? Jupiter. All right? Well, what does Jupiter stand for? All right? So if you look up the houses associated with the sign, so Jupiter's associated with Sagittarius. I understand. Mutable. Fire. And it's got the dates here. So I have an astrology cheat sheet in front of me in case you're wondering what I'm looking at. But it has all this written on there. I used my astrology cheat sheet to fill out my cards. So, and I feel like this type of cheat sheet is perfect for learning tarot. And then I also put on a lot of mine, I put a lover's meaning on the back in pink. See how it's in pink? When I get finished, every card will have a section that's got the love reading on it. All right, and that's going to be, because everybody, I feel like everybody that watches my videos is looking because they don't know what to do in their life. They're looking for guidance. All right, so there's your guidance for today. I hope that this resonates with you. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that it guides you. Sagittarius. Y'all come back and see me now, and be sure to like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you next week. Are you looking through the kaleidoscope? Anywho, I got this kaleidoscope in New Orleans, and I wanted to show you real quick. Where'd my other kaleidoscope go? Here it is. I got this one and this one. And it just really makes my day looking into this thing. It's so beautiful. It's 1999. I'm waving at you. Hey, what's up, peeps? Give me kisses. Let me get you some kisses. Okay. All right, y'all come back now. You hear?